Hi guys, welcome to Knitting Expat Vlogs, I guess. Like I said, I'm probably not going to be recording a podcast for next week. Today is currently Friday the 14th of October, a couple of days after my last podcast went up. And for those of you who have watched that podcast, you'll know that today I am going to Dubai for a few days. And I'm actually coming back next Wednesday, which is usually my podcasting day. So I don't actually think I'm going to get a podcast up this week, or this coming, well, probably by the time this comes out. But I thought I'd do a little vlog for while I'm away, and I'm trying to get into the habit of this, because last time I went to Dubai I said I would do a vlog and I didn't. But so I'm just getting ready before I have to leave. I've got my bags packed behind me there. Just got to pack my hand luggage, but that's just a few things I need to throw into a handbag. And then before I go now, I am just trying to publish my Seacrest shawl pattern, which is not on the wall anymore because I've packed it to take with me. The noise you can hear in the background is Hugo on the cat tree in front of me. But also before I go, I'm going to try and get photos taken of all these project bags. So I'm planning on doing an update soon, hopefully a day or so after this video goes up. I don't know when this vlog is going to go up exactly, to be honest, but oops, sorry. I thought I'd show you quickly my rather unsophisticated and non-fancy setup for photographing my project bags. Honestly, you really don't need anything super fancy. See here I have the cat tree with Hugo on it. I do prefer to use natural light, and this is just the window in my craft room. And then I have this white sort of foam core board thing that I just sit on top of the cat tree, gets nice sort of natural light, and then there you go. It actually works out pretty well. I do adjust the lighting a little bit in editing afterwards, but that works out pretty well generally for photographing project bags. And also hand knits and like FO photos and stuff like that. So what's going to go in the first update is everything in this front row, and then everything in that back row of bags will be in the second update, which I talked about in the podcast. So there's a whole variety of prints and stuff going in here. Some of the bags, like this one for example, is going to be a set. It'll come with a matching notions pouch in the set, so those will be priced differently than the ones that are like individual on their own. I am hoping, if I can or have time, to do a separate little video just going over all the different bags that are going to be in the update, but if not, I'll be posting to Instagram. So oh, that was a bit close. I don't actually have that long before I have to leave. I have about half an hour, so I need to crack on. That's it, you guys, it's up now. That took me a little bit longer than I had hoped for, but I did it. And my hair has gone absolutely mental. I had washed it this morning and it is just drying crazy curly and frizzy and stuff. I'm gonna have to do something about that before I leave. But I have about 10 minutes before I need to get out the door, so I better get finishing with the packing. And I've just finished taking pictures of all the bags so I can work on getting those listings drafted whilst I'm away. And yeah, then I'll head to the airport. All right, so all ready to go, packed up, bags packed, and time to head to the car. Morning guys, so today is Saturday the 15th of October. I got to Dubai yesterday afternoon, all fine. I didn't actually vlog anymore yesterday since getting back, but yeah, got to my friend's house all okay. And yeah, so today I'm off to run a few errands. I'm borrowing my friend's spare car, as it were. They kind of have a spare car for you know, in case their main car breaks down, and it's also quite handy when they have guests over. And then yeah, so I need to go to the bank today and sort stuff out, and then a couple of other little bits, but I thought I'd take you along with me and maybe show you a few things along the way. Alright, so I'll check in again with you guys later. Well, as with most things in Dubai, that wasn't as simple as it should have been. So I drove down to my bank. I'm finally here now. It was a bit of a palaver. Turns out all the roads around my bank are under construction for this big canal project they're doing in Dubai, which I was aware of, but I wasn't aware of how extensive the roadworks had gotten. And yeah, so my usual route to the bank was closed off. I ended up having to go around the houses. My camera stopped recording at one point, but ended up having to go around the houses and following diversion signs and all sorts, which are never that great over here. And then actually ended up having to drive through a construction site to actually get to my bank in the end. Like, that was the official way to get here. It wasn't just me going off piste or anything. Anyway, I'm here now, and hopefully this will go a lot smoother than my journey here. I don't know what all the beeping's about, but I hope you can't hear that. Alright, so I'm at Dubai Mall now. It's bright and early in the morning, there's not that many people here, so I'm going to try vlogging. Still feeling very self-conscious about this, but just come here to run a couple more errands. And actually I'm just going to take you through one of my favourite bookshops, and it's massive. It's like the largest bookshop over here anyway in Dubai. So I'm still at Bahrain Mall, just stepped outside by the fountains, or where the fountains usually are. There it is. And Burj Khalifa is kind of behind me there. I sort of panned it earlier. But yeah, now I've just got a bit of time to kill, so I'll come out, enjoy the sunshine. It's still really quite hot. It's over 30 degrees centigrade. I think it's like high 80s, 90s sort of Fahrenheit. But it's definitely a lot more bearable than it was a few months ago. So yeah, just gonna have a little wander around here, might just grab a cold drink, sit in the shade somewhere and enjoy the weather. So ended up deciding that just sitting outside was going to be too hot. So I came in and I spotted one of these little food van thingies inside the mall, as you do. And they were selling these mini pancakes. So got me a portion with some Nutella on it. Massive portion, but I haven't had any breakfast, so and it's almost lunchtime. So I'm off to find a spot to sit, perch and eat this. So ended up having to leave Dubai Mall to come to Mall the Emirates, another mall in Dubai, to meet someone about some other errands and things that I had to do. And I wasn't expecting to meet him today, but turns out I can, so that's why I'm here. And I just wanted to show you this. So Mall the Emirates, if you don't know, is home to, I think it might be the largest indoor ski slope in the world, but definitely the largest in this region anyway. And you can see the back end of it out here. So that there is the back end of the ski slope. Right, well, I'm back at my friend Steph's house now. She and the rest of her family, they're out for the day at the moment. They'll be back soon, I think. But just got back. I'm absolutely shattered with my back pain at the moment, mostly pregnancy related, but in general, the way things are, I can't really be on my feet for too long, and I've been on the go since like 8:30 this morning. It is now almost 2 o'clock. I mean, I haven't been walking the whole time, obviously I've been driving around and stuff, but it's just a lot in one go for me right now. And my back is absolutely killing me. So I am back and I've got weird crazy hair going on, so let's just ignore that. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna have a little lie down, rest my back for a bit and wait for the others to get back, and then hang out with the kids this afternoon. Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is now, what day is it? Sunday. Sunday the 16th of October. I'm still in Dubai, as you can tell, and yeah, it's just woke up this morning getting ready to start the day. Today I'm just hanging out with my friend Steph. Her kids are going to school this morning, and then I think we're gonna head out, go to see a film. She's booked us like super fancy seats at like a special sort of like luxury screening or something of the Bridget Jones film, so that should be interesting. I will try and film little bits at the cinema, not of the film obviously, but at the cinema, just to sort of show you. It's a very Dubai thing, to be quite honest, what we're doing. It's not something I've ever done before, or she has, but we thought we'd give it a go. But also wanted to share that I'm now officially 22 weeks pregnant, and today is day 22. And yeah, you guys keep asking to see more of the bump on the podcast and stuff, so I thought I'd just show you really quickly in the mirror in the bathroom what the bump currently looks like. Let's ignore the stuff in the background. My friends use this bathroom bit of a storage thing. So there we go, there's the 22-week little bumpity. One thing I did forget to mention on the podcast this last week, or the last podcast, was that I had a doctor's appointment the day after. And all went well, all good. She's doing great. She's still a girl. Although the doctor did say that with boys, like if they say it's a boy from the scan, it's almost 100% going to be a boy. But with girls, that can sometimes still turn out to be a boy. So she's still a girl for now, but I guess we'll really know once she arrives. But yeah, so that's that. Bump's doing well. She's growing. She's almost half a kilo now. In weight as a baby, and she's kicking quite strongly every now and again. Like, it's not very often, but occasionally I feel like 2 or 3 thumps. So yesterday I was Skyping with Perry and she was like thumping away, so I don't know if it was my voice or his voice that triggered it, but anyway. I also wanted to share something really quickly. I finished my Halloween socks, or this is actually the Spook colorway by Hedgehog Fibers in their sock base. Finished these last night. It was too dark to show you then, but I just wanted to show you the heel. So I've done something a little bit different. I'll talk more about it on the podcast when I next film one, but I just wanted to give you a little look. And actually what I'm going to do is I will put it on and show you what it looks like on my feet. So just one sec. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the foot. As you can see here, I did something a little bit different with the heel. So what I've actually done is I did a bit of reinforcement at the back of the heel here, but it's not a full heel flap. It's kind of like started with a faux heel flap, so where I'm still knitting in the round, but I'm doing some a slip stitch pattern. It's not your standard slip stitch pattern, but it is a slip stitch pattern of sorts. And then I did a mini heel flap, so only a few rows. Then I did the German short row heel. Then I picked up the stitches from the heel flap and I did a little mini gusset. So really tiny gusset, but it just adds that little bit of extra space, especially for those of you who think or feel that a short row heel is too shallow for your feet. You just need a little gusset to add a bit of extra space. And I think this might work really well for socks for my dad in the future. I'm not 100% happy with how the picked up stitches look on these socks, so I'm going to fiddle around with that a little bit on the next pair and see how those turn out. So I'm not completely happy with it the way it is yet, but I am planning on working on that, getting it better, and then maybe I'll do a sock pattern with that heel in it. So yeah, that's what that looks like on. I'm quite chuffed with the colours. I really like purple and I really like orange, so it makes sense to have a sock with those colours. And yeah. This is actually ridiculous. like the only 2 people in here. I think there's only 1 other seat booked for this screening. So, our fully reclining seats. And we get waiter service at our seats if we want it. Like I said, a bit ridiculous. But hopefully a fun experience. So yeah, like I said, ridiculous. Got my blanket, got my knitting, got my fully reclined seats. We've already ordered food, so food will be coming soon as well. And oh, there go the lights. Right, so I actually got here a bit early to meet my friends for dinner, my knitting friends for dinner, and as you can probably tell, I've got a bit of a sore throat, which started earlier today. Not particularly great, but as I'm quite early, I just thought I'd pop to the coffee shop just across from the restaurant where we're going for dinner later. It happens to be a Tim Hortons. I've never actually had a Tim Hortons here, so I thought I'd give it a go, or just get something light to just drink and soothe my throat while I wait. So, because I'm indecisive, I got a hot chocolate to soothe my throat and a mint lemonade because I'm overheating. Yeah, we'll see. Really hope I feel better soon and don't want to be sick. Right, so it's the end of the night. It's not actually all that late. Let me just check the time. What time is it? It's 10:15. And yeah, just had dinner with friends and headed back to my other friend's house where I'm staying. I'm still not feeling particularly great. You can probably hear it in my voice that I don't sound particularly great either. I definitely think I'm coming down with something. I just hope it's not like a full-blown cold or flu or anything. I just hope it's a sore throat that will clear up in a few days. I think it's the air conditioning. I don't know. But yeah, I had a bit of a minor baby brain moment when I was heading back to the car and I realised I didn't have the house key to let myself in. My friends and her kids have all gone to bed, and I'm just like, great. The whole point was I was supposed to have a house key so I could let myself in and not have to disturb anybody when I got back. And anyway, thankfully my friend wasn't quite asleep, so I managed to call her and get her to leave the door open for me, so that's all fine. But I had a bit of a panic moment. I was just like, oh no, I'm gonna have to get there and ring the doorbell and wake up the whole house. But thankfully that's not happening. I'm back now. I've just parked up the car. I thought I'd do a little wrap up for the end of the day. Really didn't do anything else this afternoon. Sort of just had a bit of a nap after the cinema. I got home and then headed out to see some friends for dinner. I didn't have much to eat. I just had soup and a lot of liquids. Been running to the toilet a lot this evening. But yeah, I think that's it for today. I will check back in with you guys tomorrow. Morning guys. As you can tell, I'm still pretty sick. Today is Tuesday. I think it's the 18th. I think it's Tuesday the 18th of October. I didn't vlog at all yesterday. I just wasn't feeling well. I had a bunch of errands to run. I had to sort out stuff with visas and all sorts. It's all done, thankfully. But I was feeling super rough yesterday. Just was not doing anything fun anyway. But and today I'm still feeling rough, but feeling a bit better. So yeah, I'm just going to be at home today. Thankfully I don't have to go anywhere. I did everything I needed to do and got it done yesterday, which was great. And yesterday afternoon, after I got back and sort of rested up a bit, I cast on a new project. I cast on a little something for the nugget, and there you can see it. I started an Anders sweater. This is out of the Quinsico Chickadee in the Malbec and the Chanterelle. So I really liked it because I kind of felt like it wasn't your classic Christmas colours. It was sort of slightly more, I don't know, I guess you'd call it like vintage Christmas. It's a little bit more sort of muted. And I'm doing the 6 to 12 month size because I'm not sure when she's going to fit into this, but I figure
even if it's too small for her by Christmas next year, she can still wear it in like the autumn and autumn next year, from like September onwards. So either way, she'll wear it at some point. So I started that yesterday, and as you can see, I finished the body, and I've just got the sleeves to do, so I'm going to work on that today. I did have one question. So I did have one question about the Vickle braids, and I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see it on here, because you have one braid at the top here, and then there's another one at the bottom here, and there's meant to be some at the bottom by the cuffs of the sleeves as well. And I really like doing this, but what I get, and I don't know, can you see that? There's that one row of really loose stitches afterwards. I mean, it doesn't look so bad if I don't stretch it out, but you can't really tell that much. But there's that one row of really loose stitches, which I don't know what to do with. I don't know what to do about that. And I don't know if it's just me. I'm not a particularly loose knitter. Like my gauge otherwise is pretty good. It's only after I've done a Vickle braid. I've had this happen to me before. I don't really mind, because like I said, when you're not stretching out the fabric, it's not that obvious, and even at the top, because it's a darker colour, it doesn't really show up that much, but it's got the same problem at the top there. But I probably won't do it on the cuffs. I probably will leave out the Vickle braid on the cuffs of the sleeves when I get to it. I don't know. Has anyone else had experience with this? Knows how to avoid that row of really loose stitches after you've done a Vickle braid? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. And for anyone who's interested, this is what my floats look like. If I can turn this inside out one-handed, and with my left hand, no doubt. So yeah, these are what my floats are looking like. And I did catch the longer floats as I was going, and I strand. My method of stranding is by holding one yarn in each hand. So I think, if I'm getting this correctly, and I might be getting it the wrong way round, but from what I understand is that your background colour, if you're doing it the two-handed method, your background colour should be in your right hand, and your foreground colour, the colour that you want to pop, should be in your left hand. So that's kind of what I was doing. I sort of started out with the darker colour in my right hand at the top here, and then switched the colours around as the contrasting was changing. I mean, you can see here these little blips here on the fabric, and you can see that's where I've caught the red yarn behind on the here where I've caught the floats as I've been going round. But hopefully that will block out and it won't be as obvious once it's all done. And yeah, and I really like this sweater. I first saw Laura of Jinx Yarns of Dye's Notebook. She was the first person I saw that was knitting this, and I really fell in love with it. And I thought, well, but that back then I wasn't pregnant and I didn't know. I remember thinking when I have a baby, I will want to knit one of these. So definitely was on my list of things to knit. And yeah, so I wasn't planning on babbling on about that for so long, but anyway, so that's that. I'm planning on finishing that off today. I have another pair of socks with me to work on, which should hopefully last me until I go home. I did bring another project with me, which is a design project. It's not quite working out exactly how I planned, so I'm not working on that anymore until I get back and I can work out some of the maths on it and figure it out. But other than that, yeah, not much else. Like I said, I've not been sleeping particularly great because of being sick, and also with being pregnant it's not particularly comfortable. But my friend Steph has very kindly given me her pregnancy pillow. It's massive. It's like a giant cocoon of like pillow loveliness. And so yeah, so she's given that to me so I could take that back to Bahrain and have a cocoon pillow thing to sleep with. It's actually, it makes all the difference. It does make a big difference. My hair is a bit crazy this morning. Anyway, whatever. So yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm just gonna head downstairs now and grab some breakfast and then Skype with Perry. He's in Hong Kong still. He's actually just changed accommodation. He's been staying in Airbnb like the whole time that he's there, but he can't stay in one place the whole time. So this morning he's changed to a different apartment. This apartment comes with a little poodle dog. who's like the friendliest, most cuddly little poodle dog you've ever seen, and I actually think it's really good. I'm glad that he's somewhere now with an animal, because he was getting quite down and feeling quite alone the last few days, just because he had a module last week, so a bunch of his classmates and stuff were over, and then he has this week gap, and then he has another module next week. So this week he's kind of been on his own, and he's not been particularly happy about it, and I missed him as well. It's just not been this trip in general has just not been particularly nice for him. He's not enjoyed it as much as he thought he would, and I mean the classes are fine, it's just he's not enjoyed being away this time as much as he usually does. I mean, I guess things are different this time. But yeah, okay. Hi, morning guys. So today is Wednesday the 19th of October. I go home today. I'm so excited, and as you can probably tell, I already sound much better. For the first time today, I don't feel like I'm choking every time I'm trying to swallow, so that's good news. I didn't vlog again yesterday after I started in the morning, just because we really didn't do that much. I headed out, had some lunch with my friend Steph, who I'm staying with, and otherwise we just spent the afternoon at home with the kids and stuff and didn't really do much. So there wasn't really much to share, to be honest. Yeah, anyway, I mean this whole trip in general hasn't been quite what I had hoped it would be. I mean, it was productive. I got the things done that I needed to get done, and I got to hang out with some friends and see some people, and all of that was great. But I had planned on doing more vlogging. I had planned on taking you guys with me to a few different places that around Dubai that I enjoy going to when we used to live here, or that I did enjoy going to when we used to live here, and where I used to enjoy taking guests. Yeah, but that wasn't possible. Unfortunately, I just wasn't feeling up for it. And yeah, anyway, I did do some knitting yesterday. I finished the Errands sweater that I showed you, so I'm going to show you that again now. Here it is, all finished with the sleeves. And I just wanted to show you something quickly. I haven't woven in any of the ends yet. I'm probably going to wait until I've finished blocking it. Let me just flip you around. So I was going to show you something. I was talking about how which hand you hold the colours in if you do ferrule two-handed, how that makes a difference in how the colours pop. So for this sleeve, I'll show you here. So you can see these little pixel stitches. So on this sleeve, for this whole colourwork section, I had the cream yarn, the chanterelle colour, in my left hand, which is where you're supposed to hold the contrast colour, so the colour that you want to pop. And I had the red, or the Malbec colour, in my right hand, which is the more recessive colour, usually is how you want to do it. So I didn't actually switch in this section and this section. You can see how the red stitches don't pop as much as the cream ones do here. And actually I think I had it the wrong way around for this row as well, so you can see how the cream ones don't quite pop as much. But then on this sleeve I remembered to do it correctly, and you can see what a difference that makes. And this is pre-blocking. I think after blocking the difference won't be quite as obvious, but you can see how much bigger and more pronounced those pixel stitches are on all four of those pixel stitch rows compared to this one, where only really this row is popping because I had the yarn the right way around. That's just, I thought that would be an interesting comparison to show you guys, and so you guys can see that, you know, if you're knitting ferrule two-handed, recessive and dominant, sort of the colour dominance theory actually does work, and does have an impact on how that looks. So yeah, so that was that on the knitting front. I just have a pair of socks left to work on, which should be enough to get me through the rest of the day until I get home. And then yeah, so I'm just gonna hang out with my friend today. I'm gonna order in some lunch, I think, just pack my bags, and then I'll be heading off to the airport later this afternoon. Like I said, I'm starting to feel better today, which is great, because I hate being sick. Even more so, I hate being sick when I'm on my own. So I was kind of glad I was here with my friend and stuff, so at least I wasn't completely alone while being ill. And I'm definitely on the mend now, which is great. Then other than that, not really much else planned for today, I don't think. Just like I said, bit of a boring day. Been a boring couple of days, to be honest. Oh, well, one other bit of good news that I don't think I mentioned earlier in the vlog, I might have forgotten, but when I went to see the doctor last week before I flew, she did another scan and my placenta has moved. So it's moved up and out of the way, and so that's all good news. I wasn't too worried about it. I think it's only really a problem in 10% of cases. Like 90% of cases the placenta moves out the way on its own and it's not a problem, but it was just nice to get that confirmation. One less thing to have to worry about. Something I did forget to mention is that this vlog, hopefully, fingers crossed, all goes well, will probably go up live tomorrow, so that's the 20th, and I'm hoping to have a shop update for the bags on the 22nd, which is the Saturday. I'm going to be promoting it on Instagram, or at least posting pictures, and I might do a couple of stories. I don't think I'm going to have enough time to film a separate video for that. That's my toast. But I'll definitely post some pictures and publish exact timings and stuff like that. It will be evening time for me, probably around 9 or 10 p.m. Bahrain time, so you can use Google to figure out what time that will be where you are, but it'll be on Saturday. And yeah, like I said, I'll be posting some more pictures, and I'll probably do some Instagram stories to explain a bit more about which bags are going into the shop update, what sizes and stuff like that. So so yeah, hopefully you guys get a chance to see this beforehand, or if not, you'll catch it on Instagram. Right, I'm at the airport now, getting ready to, well, I'm heading to my gate. I just stopped at Costa, grabbed a little snack for the flight. It's only a 1 hour flight, but I tend to get quite peckish lately, quite often. So I'm trying to keep food with me. Then there's a Starbucks by the gate. I'm going to pop in there and get a Dubai mug. I got one from Costa, and I'll get one from Starbucks, because we don't actually have any sort of Dubai themed mugs. And I realised this might be the last time I'm in Dubai for a long time, so figured I ought to pick up some sort of tangible souvenir of our time here. And yeah, otherwise just heading to the gate and get to go home, snuggle with the little fluffy kitties. And I think this might be the end of the vlog, to be honest. There's not really much else to share. But if you stayed to the end and you've watched all of this, then I hope it was somewhat interesting. At least the beginning part of it might have been more interesting than this bit. But anyway. So I thought really quickly before I get on the plane, boarding hasn't quite started yet, I'd show you really quickly the mugs that I got. So this one is the one from Costa. It says coffee from the soul of London, and then on the other side it says to the heart of Dubai. But it's kind of like a silhouette of both cityscapes, so you've got bits of London and then bits of Dubai on the other side, which is one that I've seen all over the place. They have them for different countries and stuff. And then this is the Starbucks one, which is from their You Were Here collection, which I didn't realise they had these for the UAE. And yeah, so this is the Dubai one, which I actually really like the colours as well. The purples and blues, very much up my street, and very Dubai themed. Blue on the inside. So yeah, I thought that was a nice little memento. So like I said, this is probably my last time in Dubai for a while. And you know, we did live here for a long time, so I thought it would be nice to get some mugs to commemorate that. And I'll probably be picking up some from Bahrain as well before we leave. And yeah. Oh, and one last thing, I actually managed to change my seat on the plane to a aisle seat. I was given a window seat, which I didn't even realise until I got to the gate and I checked my boarding pass. I asked for an aisle seat just because frankly I'm just too polite. If there's someone in the aisle and they're sleeping, even if it is just a short flight or anything, I'm just too polite to wake them up to go to the toilet. Now that I'm pregnant, I'm going to the toilet so often, like I can't guarantee that I can get through a 1 hour flight without needing to get up. So I think they just gave me I think I got the last available aisle seat, so that's good. And yeah, I'm just going to rearrange my hand luggage bag a little bit before the flight starts boarding. Otherwise, I'm all set to go home. Okay, so this is really it. Goodbye, and see you on the podcast next week.